What if you woke up tomorrow and saw headlines claiming Tesla is launching a $199 Pi phone in 2026, and that seniors on Social Security might get it free? Sounds unbelievable, right? That's exactly why this story is exploding across YouTube, Facebook, and late-night group chats. But here's the problem. Most of what you're hearing is half-true, outdated, or flat-out wrong, and that confusion is costing people clicks, trust, and sometimes even money. In this video, we're cutting through the hype and getting real. Is the Tesla Pi phone actually confirmed? Did Elon Musk really approve a $190 smartphone? And most importantly, is there any legitimate program that would make it free for seniors receiving Social Security, SSI, or SSDI? The answers may surprise you, and they're very different from what viral posts want you to believe. We'll break down where this rumor started, what Tesla has actually said, and what it hasn't, how government phone programs in the US really work, and why scammers are already using this headline to target older Americans. If you or someone you love relies on Social Security, this is information you cannot afford to ignore. Before you scroll past thinking, "This doesn't apply to me," remember, misinformation spreads fast, but the truth spreads only if people share it. So if you want the real facts, not clickbait, stay right here. And if you appreciate clear, honest breakdowns that protect Americans from hype and scams, hit that like button right now. It helps this video reach the people who need it most. Let's pick up right where the hook leaves off. Because once the hype fades, what people really want is clarity. And that's exactly where we're going now. The idea of a $190 Tesla Pi phone showing up in 2026 has captured attention for one simple reason. It hits three emotional pressure points at once. First, it's Tesla, a brand Americans associate with innovation and disruption. Second, it's affordability. At a time when inflation, rent, groceries, and healthcare are squeezing households from every direction. And third, it's the possibility that seniors on Social Security could receive it free, which taps directly into the anxiety millions of older Americans feel about staying connected in a digital world that moves faster every year. But when something sounds that perfectly tailored to people's hopes, it's exactly when we need to slow down and separate reality from rumor. So let's start with the biggest question on everyone's mind. Is Tesla actually making a phone called the Pi phone? As of now, Tesla has not officially announced, confirmed, filed, or demonstrated any consumer smartphone product. There is no verified press release, no SEC filing, no product event, and no statement from Elon Musk confirming a Tesla phone for 2026 or any other year. What does exist are years of speculation, concept designs, fan-made renders, and viral videos that blend imagination with selective quotes taken out of context. Elon Musk has been asked multiple times over the years whether Tesla would ever make a phone, and his responses have consistently leaned toward only if it's absolutely necessary, not as a planned product line. That distinction matters. Tesla's core business remains electric vehicles, energy storage, solar, and AI-related technologies. Smartphones are an entirely different ecosystem, one dominated by Apple, Samsung, and Google, with massive supply chains, carrier negotiations, and software support obligations. Entering that space wouldn't just be bold, it would require a clear strategic reason. And so far, Tesla has not given one. Now let's talk about the $199 price tag, because this is where things really start to unravel. Even budget smartphones in the US typically cost more than $199 unless they're heavily subsidized by carriers or government programs. A phone that supposedly includes satellite connectivity, advanced security, premium materials, and deep Tesla ecosystem integration at that price point would be unprecedented. Manufacturing costs alone would make it nearly impossible without massive losses or external subsidies. That doesn't mean affordable phones don't exist. It means that attaching a $190 price to a hypothetical Tesla phone is speculation, not confirmation. So where did the free for seniors on Social Security claim come from? This part actually has a real-world anchor, which is why it spreads so easily. In the United States, there are legitimate federal assistance programs designed to help low-income Americans stay connected. Programs like Lifeline and the Affordable Connectivity Program have historically provided discounted or free phone service, and in some cases basic smartphones, to qualifying individuals. Seniors receiving Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits may qualify depending on income and program rules. But here's the critical point. These programs do not partner with Tesla. They do not offer premium brand new flagship devices, and they do not guarantee specific phone models. What scammers and clickbait creators do is take that real, legitimate program and layer it on top of a completely unconfirmed product. They imply that because seniors can get a free phone through government assistance, and because Tesla is rumored to make a phone, the two must be connected. That leap is not just misleading, it's dangerous. It's how people end up clicking fake sign-up pages, entering personal information, or believing they've missed out on something that never existed in the first place. This matters especially for older Americans, because staying connected isn't a luxury anymore. It's how you access Social Security accounts, Medicare portals, banking alerts, telehealth appointments, and emergency services. When rumors like this spread, they don't just create excitement, they create confusion and vulnerability. And confusion is exactly what bad actors rely on. Now, let's zoom out and talk about why this rumor keeps coming back year after year with new dates attached. In 2021, it was the Tesla phone coming next year. In 2023, it was just around the corner. Now it's 2026. The timeline keeps moving because speculation doesn't have to meet deadlines. Real products do. Each time the rumor resurfaces, it's updated with whatever people are most worried about at that moment. Prices, inflation, seniors, government benefits. It's not coincidence. It's optimization for clicks. At the same time, it's important to say this clearly. Wanting affordable, reliable technology for seniors is not unreasonable. In fact, it's necessary. The real conversation Americans should be having isn't about a mythical Tesla phone, but about how existing programs can be improved, expanded, and protected. The Lifeline program, for example, has helped millions, but it's also faced funding challenges and political debate. The Affordable Connectivity Program has gone through changes that left many households uncertain about their benefits. Those are real issues with real consequences. So if you're watching this thinking, okay, if the Tesla Pi phone isn't real, what should I actually pay attention to? The answer is this. Focus on verified announcements, official government websites, and trusted news sources. Be cautious of any post that says, "Sign up now" for a product that hasn't been announced by the company itself. Be skeptical of countdown timers, limited spots, or claims that you must act immediately to avoid missing out. Legitimate programs do not operate that way. It's also worth addressing Elon Musk directly, because his name alone fuels much of this hype. Musk is known for pushing boundaries, teasing future technology, and thinking long-term. But he's also clear when something is officially in motion. When Tesla launched the Cybertruck, it came with a public reveal, specifications, pricing ranges, and reservation systems tied directly to Tesla's website. None of that exists for a Tesla phone, and until it does, everything else is just noise. There's another angle here that doesn't get talked about enough. The emotional toll of constant financial uncertainty. When people see headlines promising free or ultra-cheap technology, it triggers hope. And when that hope turns out to be false, it leaves frustration and distrust behind. Over time, that erodes confidence not just in content creators, but in real assistance programs that actually exist. That's why accuracy matters more than hype, especially when the audience includes seniors and fixed-income households. Let's be honest for a moment. If Tesla ever did decide to release a phone, it would be one of the biggest tech announcements of the decade. It wouldn't quietly leak through YouTube thumbnails and Facebook captions. It would dominate headlines, stock markets, and global media coverage. You wouldn't have to wonder if it's real. You'd know. And until that day comes, the safest assumption is that any claim tying Tesla phones to free government giveaways is not legitimate. This doesn't mean you should tune out entirely. Technology is evolving fast, and new programs, devices, and partnerships do emerge. But being informed means knowing the difference between possibility and proof. Possibility is interesting. Proof is actionable. Right now, the Tesla Pi phone sits firmly in the first category. So as we move forward in 2026, the smartest thing you can do is stay grounded. Ask simple questions. Has the company confirmed it? Has the government announced it? Can I find this information on an official website, not just a viral post? Those questions alone can protect you and the people you care about from disappointment and exploitation. And here's the bigger takeaway, the one that matters beyond this single rumor. America doesn't need more hype. It needs clear, honest information, especially when it comes to technology, money, and benefits that affect everyday lives. Whether you're a senior, a caregiver, or someone just trying to help family members stay informed, sharing accurate information is one of the most powerful things you can do. That's why this conversation isn't really about a phone. It's about trust. It's about cutting through noise. And it's about making sure no one is left behind because they believed something that sounded good but wasn't true. And this is where the urgency really comes in, because rumors like this don't just fade away quietly. They evolve. Today, it's a $199 Tesla Pi phone. Tomorrow, it becomes a limited-time offer. Then suddenly, it's a fake email, a text message, or a robocall telling someone they've been pre-approved because they're on Social Security. This is the exact pattern experts warn about every year. Big brand name, emotional hook, financial pressure, and then a request for personal information. That's why understanding the truth early is so important, before misinformation hardens into belief. For seniors especially, the digital world can feel overwhelming. Apps update, passwords change, security rules get stricter, and scams get smarter. When a headline promises a simple solution, a free, cutting-edge phone with no hassle, it feels like relief. But real solutions are rarely flashy. They're quieter, slower, and usually buried on official government websites that don't look exciting at all. That doesn't make them less valuable. It makes them real. If you or someone in your family relies on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits, the safest path forward is staying informed through verified channels. The Social Security Administration, FCC, and official benefit programs publish updates directly. They don't announce life-changing tech giveaways through viral videos or countdown clocks. And companies like Tesla don't roll out new product categories without making a very loud, very public statement. What's powerful here is that once you understand how these rumors work, they lose their grip. You stop reacting emotionally and start evaluating logically. You recognize patterns. You pause before clicking. You double-check before sharing. And that one pause can protect not just you, but parents, grandparents, neighbors, and friends who may not be as online savvy, but are just as affected by the consequences. This conversation also highlights something deeper about where America is right now. People are hungry for affordability, stability, and clarity. They want technology that helps, not confuses. They want systems that support seniors instead of leaving them guessing. And when those needs aren't clearly addressed, rumors rush in to fill the gap. The answer isn't fear, it's better information. So as you see more headlines, more thumbnails, more posts claiming confirmed, approved, or released, remember this moment. Remember that the loudest story isn't always the truest one. And remember that staying informed is not about being skeptical of everything. It's about being confident enough to ask for proof. The truth is simple, even if the internet makes it feel complicated. There is no confirmed Tesla Pi phone. There is no announced $199 Tesla smartphone for 2026. And there is no official program offering a Tesla phone free to seniors on Social Security. What does exist are real assistance programs, real needs, and real people who deserve honest information instead of hype. That's the clarity people are searching for. And once you have it, no rumor can take it away. What matters most now is what you do with this information, not tomorrow, not after another viral headline pops up, right now. Because every time a rumor like this spreads unchecked, it creates a ripple effect. One person believes it. Another shares it. Someone else builds a fake website around it. And before long, people who can least afford confusion are left sorting through the mess. That's how misinformation turns into real-world harm, even when it starts as something that sounds exciting or hopeful. This is why being informed isn't about being negative or dismissive. It's about being empowered. When you understand how these stories are constructed, you stop being pulled along by emotion and start making decisions based on facts. You don't panic when you see breaking news. You don't feel rushed by limited time claims. You don't assume silence from official sources means confirmation. Instead, you recognize that real changes, especially ones involving money, technology, or government benefits, leave a paper trail. And here's something many people don't realize. Legitimate programs don't disappear if you don't sign up immediately. They don't punish you for taking time to verify. They don't pressure you with fear. If something is real, it will still be there after you check official sources. Scams rely on urgency. Truth does not. As technology keeps moving forward, seniors deserve clarity, not confusion. They deserve tools that help them stay connected without making them feel targeted or left behind. And they deserve content that respects their intelligence instead of exploiting their concerns. That's the standard this conversation is built on. Straight talk, no hype, no exaggeration. So when you see the next headline promising something that feels too perfect, remember this moment. Remember how easily rumors can be dressed up as facts. Remember that real announcements come from real sources. And remember that staying informed isn't just about protecting yourself. It's about protecting the people around you who trust what you share. The internet moves fast, but the truth moves steadily. And once you know how to spot it, you're no longer chasing headlines. You're staying ahead of them. And as we bring this to a close, here's the most important thing to take with you. This entire conversation was never about shutting down hope or innovation. It was about grounding excitement in reality. Americans deserve progress, affordable technology, and systems that genuinely support seniors and fixed-income households. But progress starts with truth, not rumors. The idea of a $190 Tesla Pi phone in 2026, especially one supposedly free for seniors on Social Security, is powerful because it taps into real needs and real pressure people are feeling right now. But until Tesla officially announces a phone and until any government agency publicly confirms a partnership or program, that story remains speculation, nothing more. Believing otherwise doesn't make it happen sooner. It only opens the door to confusion and exploitation. The good news is this: real help does exist. Real programs do exist, and real updates are announced clearly, publicly, and directly by the organizations involved. When you know where to look and what questions to ask, you're no longer vulnerable to hype-driven headlines or fear-based urgency. So going forward, stay curious but stay cautious. Stay hopeful but stay informed. And when you come across information that could impact seniors, families, or finances, treat accuracy as a responsibility, not an option. That mindset alone makes a difference. Clarity beats clickbait every time. And once you choose facts over hype, you're not just watching the news, you're understanding it.